we have another OP bug in the game. Check it out. Pay attention to the damage. There's no way you should be doing this type of damage with a primary. I don't care what you rocking. Look at the DPS, gang. Look at it. 5K is crazy work. So the $1 million question is, how do we do this? Don't worry, I got you. Step 1. You need the exotic combat bow called Hierarchy of Needs. Look at the intrinsic traits. Precision hits and final blows build guidance ring energy. Opposing guardians grant additional energy. At full charge, hip firing creates a guidance ring. Looking at the trait, arrows fired through a guidance ring release seeking projectiles, which scorch targets and do more damage based on distance traveled. Precision hits help guide these seekers toward their targets. Now, if you don't have this exotic combat bow, you need to take your to Spire of the Watcher. Now let's talk about the catalyst. Deploying a guidance ring or striking a target with a seeking projectile improves draw time, hip fire accuracy, and reload speed for a moderate duration. This is a nice to have. Less draw time, more potential damage. If you don't have the catalyst, go ahead and complete Spire of the Watcher on Master difficulty. Step 2. Hunters, go ahead and equip Moebius Quiver. Now, for those who may be wondering, Demi, what build are you running? Even though the video is not about the build, it's about the bow, I will still walk you through my build. Keep in mind, this build is for damage. So what do we got? We got marksman, dodge, we have triple jump, we have snare bomb, we have vortex grenade, we have on the prowl. We also have stylish executioner. Moving on, we have dilation, starvation, expulsion, harvest, and undermining. Let's take a look at my stats. I have 190 weapon and 51 class. Now, because I have 3 class fonts on my class item, that gives me plus 50. So I'm sitting at 101 class. I'll circle back to that later. But we got 116 super, 51 grenade, 32 melee, and 31 health. Now, because I have 3 super fonts equipped on my helmet, that gives me 166 super. Moving on to the gauntlets, we have momentum transfer and 2 copies of solar loader. Moving on to the chest piece, we have solar, void, and arc resistance. Keep in mind the chest resistance mods, they give you an extra 15% DR for whichever element, of course, you have equipped. Moving on to the legs, we have 3 solar weapon surges equipped. Now, FYI, 1 surge gives you an extra 10% for your damage, 2 copies give you 17%, 3 copies give you 22%. On the class item, we have 3 copies of class fonts. 1 copy gives you plus 20, another copy gives you another plus 20, and then the third and final copy gives you plus 10. Yes, returns are diminished. Let's keep it moving. All right, check this out. We have an armor set bonus from Vault of Glass called Atheon's Memory. Look at the 4-piece. While you have a subclass buff, dealing sustained damage creates an orb of power. Now this is huge because we're gonna run Argent Quiver on our artifact. So as we're doing precision damage, guess what? We're generating an orb of power. Collecting that orb of power will give us another armor charge. Exhibit A. Notice how I'm consuming an armor charge, right? Argent Quiver is increasing the damage of the bow by simply consuming an armor charge. Now, because we're dealing sustained damage, we're gonna generate an orb of power thanks to the Vault of Glass armor set bonus. Keep in mind, you don't need the armor set bonus, but it is a nice to have. Now, let's go ahead and check out the artifact. Argent Quiver, I just talked about this. This increases our damage and reload speed for the next 3 shots. Another must-have perk on your artifact is Semi-Auto Striker. You can generate an armor charge by landing precision shots if you have less than 2 armor charges. Alright, so looking at all the perks I have, we have Elemental Benevolence. Again, semi-auto striker. That fresh bullets smell. Shoulder to shoulder. Elemental Coalescence. Again, Argent Quiver. Last but not least, Radiant Shrapnel. Last thing I want to talk about before we hit up step 3. Look at the exotic that I'm using. Fortune's Favor. Now, I'm not sure if y'all know this, but if you have an overshield, you get an extra 20% and increased damage against combatants, with increased accuracy, stability, and handling. Now remember earlier I touched on my class being 51 and with the class fonts that put me at 101? Check it out. You gain an overshield when you use your class ability as long as the stat is above 100. Now remember I have 101 class thanks to the 3 copies of class font on my class item. All I need to do is use my class ability. That'll give me a small overshield, which will then proc Fortune's Favor. That will give me that 20% extra damage against all combatants. Step 3, the final step, baby. Let's go. Head over to the shooting range. Make sure you change the shooting range difficulty to normal. Alright, here we go. So this is going to be 30 seconds of damage without super, well, and boost of the assembler. Let's get it. $39K. Look at that. Let's keep it going. Now, let's add Super, Well of Radiance, and Boost of the Assembler. $140. Look at that, 140,000. That's good shit. Now here's a little bonus. If you shoot through multiple guidance rings, that will increase your damage. So link up with your fire team and share the same hole. Pause. Y'all know what I meant. That's all she wrote, fellow demigods. Go crazy.